Hello, everyone. It's Monday, April 11th, 2022. I'm Doug. It's time for the Daily Quordle. I get the suggestion a lot in comments. In this case, here's Airborne Freerun who made this a suggestion. But again, many users have called out and been begging for me to do Flame Brick Podgy Shunt is a four-word opener. As we talked about before, the four-word openers tend to take a lot of the challenge out of it. But what I will do is let's open with Flame and Brick and kind of freestyle it from there. Kind of split the difference to keep a little bit of the challenge still in there. So let's open with Flame. Let's get our cursor where it needs to be. There we go. Flame and Brick. And let's see where that leaves us. Doesn't leave us with a whole heck of a lot of anything here. We have on the second puzzle, we have a word that starts with B, has an A somewhere in there. Not a whole heck of a lot going on here. Okay, well, I guess I'm willing to give Podgy a go. Let's see what Podgy gets me. All right, so let's reassess here. Going back to that second puzzle, we've got something that starts with a B, ends with a Y. And there's also an A and a D somewhere to be found. Let's see. We've evaluated L, so it's not baldy. I mean, it's let's see. So it's not baldy. It's not badly. I feel like the A is almost certainly going to be in the second position. It could be. It could be, I don't think it would be body. Could be. All right, I don't feel like we necessarily have a lot of confidence in a guess there. Nothing else is really jumping out at me, to be perfectly honest, on the other puzzles. So, okay, the folks who have wanted Flame Brick Podgy Shunt will get their wish today, is we'll go ahead and we'll punch in the word shunt. And perhaps that will break this Quordle wide open. I have a funny feeling it probably will. Let's go for it. Well, here we go. Over on the fourth puzzle, it basically revealed for us the word spunk. So there's that. Moving over to the third puzzle. We know it ends in N-E, and there's an O somewhere in there. Again, not a heck of a lot to chew on there. Okay. The second puzzle, we have not gotten any insight from shunt or spunk. On the first puzzle, all we know is there's an R, U, and an E involved. So, okay, a bit of a mind bender here. And we don't have a heck of a lot of worn consonants hanging out here. I'm kind of still wondering about body, B-A-W-D-Y. Looks almost kind of interesting to me. Let's see. I'm wondering if there might be is there possible a double N in the third puzzle? I don't know about that. Well, there's not a heck of a lot here. On the first puzzle, okay, so the puzzle doesn't have an E at the end, so it's something like, and we've also evaluated C, so curve is out of the question there. Interesting. I feel like of all the consonants we haven't evaluated yet, W looks the most interesting to me, but here's the thing. We only have one guess to quote-unquote play with before we are forced to run the proverbial table. And I've got a funny feeling that today has, as I stated before, some double letters hanging out in these. So that's the other thing that gives me a little bit of pause here. This is interesting. What on earth could be going on? I got to tell you, what's got me, my brain working in overdrive right now is the, no pun intended, no pun intended, staring a hole through this puzzle. And I'm thinking to myself, if I put the O in front, O something something NE, and I'm looking at all these uncommon letters, boy, you know what jumps out at me, like completely jumps out? Ozone with a Z. Now there's a gutsy guess, because if I'm wrong and and there's no Z anywhere, we'll be in big trouble. But I gotta tell you, ozone is really tingling all my senses here, to the point where I am going to take the proverbial leap of faith on ozone. Whew, there it is. There's ozone. Okay. So we still have one guess to play with. We have 2 puzzles left, and again, we have not gotten any insight on puzzle 2 since Podgy. So we're back down to, again, we have QW. You know what's interesting? Oh, you know what's really interesting? Hold the phone. Let's go back to puzzle 1. I'm looking at the consonants on the board we haven't looked at. Q, W, X, V, J. And immediately when I look at Q, there's a U here. U could be in the second spot. So if we look at QU, and then there's an E and an R. So what if it's double E and then R? Again, not unlike ozone. Very interesting today that you're being pointed into some very uncommon letters and scenarios here. But this actually checks all the boxes, as it were. So, okay, is puzzle 1 the word queer? It is. Interesting. Queer and ozone. Queer, ozone, spunk. As we have 2 guesses left. Again, B and the Y with an A and a D hanging out. So, again, the only constants that aren't evaluated are W, X, V, and J. And I kept mentioning bawdy, B-A-W-D-Y. So I feel like it's kind of a freebie here to do that. I mean, if nothing else, we'll also get A and D intel. But I feel very good about this, actually. Well, I got to tell you, if this is right, this is going to be one challenging Quordle. I suspect the comments are going to be filled with some interesting solves or attempts. Is the final answer bawdy? Yes, it is. Wow. Queer, bawdy, ozone, spunk is your April 11th Quordle. That was interesting. We got it with, I guess, one guess to spare. Ooh, okay. Well, thank you to everyone who suggested the flame brick Podgy shunt combination. That was actually gave us quite the little thrill ride here. It wasn't the layup that I might have thought it was. Folks, please let us know how you're doing with your Quordles in the comments below. Let's keep that conversation going. I'm dying to hear more suggestions on how I should open my daily Quordles. Of course, please like and subscribe if you're having a good time. I appreciate that. Keeps us rolling. We'll see you tomorrow for some more Quordle.